So, today I wanted to talk about attacks on single moms and where I believe this stems from. So, there are people in society who believe that they are perfect parents who are raised, there are people who grew up in homes where their parents were perfect, and people who grew up in homes where the parents were perfect because they had perfect marriages. And uh, this, of course, is not true. Nobody grew up in a perfect home with perfect parents and perfect who had perfect marriages. This does not exist. So what there is healthy relationships. Parents, people who are in good marriages are in healthy relationships. Are these good marriages perfect? No, they're not. So perfection and healthy relationships are two different things. Healthy relationships are not perfect. And basically, it goes down to humanity. These are two human beings. And what they have is they've cultivated a healthy relationship. And with that, they're able to create a healthy environment for their children to grow up in. So, with that said, I do believe that because human beings are the ones who are raising human children, these children, of course, need to see how healthy relationship, healthy interaction between parents, how that dynamic works. At the same time, when women or people find themselves in an abusive relationship, because sometimes it doesn't start off as abusive, it starts off as a good relationship and then it turns abusive for various reasons. When women or men find themselves in those situations, society needs to allow people to walk out. They need to give a break to people who walk out of these abusive relationships. And the reason being, children need to see that you can get yourself out of an abusive situation, an abusive marriage, an abusive environment. And the reason they need to see this is because human beings are human beings. You know, we are not perfect. And people make mistakes. People make mistakes, and sometimes people enter in situations thinking it's going to turn out differently, and it goes a different way, and they find themselves in unsafe, unhealthy situations, abusive relationships. So, because of this, it's necessary for children to see people being able to get out of abusive relationships and build a life for themselves. And this is why some of these attacks on single moms is giving is giving bullying people into staying in abusive relationships. That's what it's giving. It appears that's what uh, the intent of the criticism towards single moms. Uh, that's the result that they're looking for, is sort of bullying people to stay in abusive relationships and try to make abusive relationship work. And normally, if it's abusive, it's not working. It's not working. Abuse is a sign of failure. So if there's abuse, it's failed. It's not a good relationship. The other one I do believe is some moms, when it comes to parenting, some moms lack education. There is a gap. Uh, there is a gap that is there when it comes to parenting, and not just moms, even some dads. I think the reason some dads are absent from their children's life after they separate from their significant other is because of lack of education on how to parent. So I do believe there's a lack of education on parenting gap that exists in society. People are not taught how to parent, and some people don't have the time or the energy to look for the information uh, that can help them become better parents. So I do believe there's a gap there. And then the other issue is lack of money and lack of time when it comes to single moms. And generally, this contributes to a lot of issues because if you lack money and you lack time, you're going to have to spend more time at work. And when you spend more time at work, you lack enough time. You kind of take away the time that is needed to take care of the children. And other people can take care of your children, but there's some, but the problem is you don't know why the child is reacting the way they're reacting, because the way children react with other people is different from the way they react with their parents. So to be able to guide the children to be, uh, good members of society, parents need to have that time to spend with their children, to go take their children out to play, to talk with their children, to help their children with homework. And you can't do that if you're working more hours because you don't have money. So it's a tricky situation for a lot of single moms, finding care that is not going to be detrimental, and also being able to have enough money and enough time to take care of the children. Thank you.